All right, and you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff bound New York Giants are taking on the 0-16 Washington Commanders. And why are the Washington Commanders 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening? I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, if anybody spends any time watching a replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. Shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free. Fire away. Throw in the chat box. I try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes. So if I can, as soon as I see something in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. And plus, sometimes instead of me just going on and on for like 30 minutes or whatever, it's nice to talk to somebody, right? Especially nice to talk to a Giant fan, all right? So please feel free, fire away. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the world to me. In the description box below, okay, there's a link. Takes you to my top link. The top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. Second membership level is called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third membership level is called the Gridiron, right? Each one's got their own little perks to them, right? So if anybody out there wants to help support my channel out, I would greatly appreciate it. It would mean the world to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. If you are subscribed to my channel, once again, thank you. I can use all the support I can get on my channel, guys. So if you are subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not, just go down below, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. That way, next time I go live or put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right, people? But I said, but if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you once again. I said, because I can use all the help, so all the support I can get from my channel. Thank you. And then finally, in the description box below, there's 2 Facebook links. It's just down just a little bit, but there's 2 Facebook links, okay? The top one takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants Gridiron. And I say this in every video. My YouTube channel, my Facebook group, and the Facebook page is all called the New York Giants Gridiron. And I say it's because a moron like me, I can remember it. I don't know. It's like, what's the channel called? What's my Facebook group called? It's all called the same thing, okay? Right now, what do we got? We have over 2,900 members. We're closing in on 3,000 members in the group. Okay, I try to put stuff in here every day, 7 days a week. I try to get up to, if I can. Sometimes in the off season, it's a little tough trying to always find, a lot of material every day. But I said, if I can, I try to get up to like about 10 different things in here every day. And if you become a member, okay, not only do I put stuff in there every day, but the members put stuff in here every day, right? It's 7 days a week. So there's a ton of stuff going in here. And then finally, the second Facebook link, all right, takes you to my Facebook page, okay? It's called, once again, New York Giants, the Gridiron, but it's my page, okay? I'm the administrator, so I'm the only one that posts in here, but what do we got? We have over 1,000 people who like the page, and we have over 4,300 people who are following as of right now. Okay, so we're getting we're getting a lot of people. I'll tell you what, this page here, it's really taken off. It's doing rather well, especially after the season's ended. A lot of times you find like with the YouTube channel, your views kind of dip down after the season's over with, and it's understandable. Same thing with the Facebook group and all that and everything. You kind of notice that a lot of the activity kind of dwindles down a little bit after the season's over. And once again, that's totally understandable. But the page is doing very, very well. And I try like every day, 7 days a week. I always try to put stuff in here. If I can, I try to get up to maybe like about 10 things a day in here. Okay. And I don't like commingle them. So basically whatever, for the most part, whatever I put on the page, like the posts and the pictures and videos, I don't put in the group, and whatever I put in the group, I don't put in the page. So if you go to the group and you become a member and you go to the page and you follow it and you like it, okay, between the 2, you get a ton of New York Giants information and just videos and stuff every day. And like I say in every video, if you're not completely satisfied, you get your money back, guaranteed. All right, well, all that stuff said and done. right, there we go. I was always wondering who's the greatest player in NFL history, who should be paid the absolute most of all time, and we have ourselves the answer: Jalen Hurts. Well, I mean, it's if they're going to pay you, you take the money. It is what it is. It's a business and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. And everything's good for him. Howie Roseman, he's kind of like that. He's kind of the GM's got to be like, he's Mr. Big Shot and all and everything. He's got to pay his quarterback the most. He's got to make the biggest splash in the draft with big trades and trading up and trading down and this stuff and everything. He's paid his right tackle. I think in 2026, his right tackle is going to make $33 million. So basically, his right tackle in 2026 might be the highest player above everybody. I mean, he extends him for 1 year in 2026. Lane Johnson is a fantastic tackle. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, maybe a wide receiver might make more than him. Maybe in 2027. We're a few years away. Don't get me wrong. But, he just spends. He kicks. He's good at kicking the can down the road with money. So he's trying to once again build a good team. They have the Eagles. They have. I gotta find it. I got 300,000 tabs open here. There we go. At the Eagles for next year. Right now, they have $33 million in cap space, and they only have Jalen Hurts signed on here. Okay. They only have 34 players signed. Jalen Hurts will be 35 because Jalen Hurts' contract's not on here. So I don't know what his cap hit's going to be next year or whatever. But I mean, they already have $212 million worth of contracts because their GM Howie Roseman's kicking, pushing money down the road and all. He's all in. He's got to win. He's all in, right? So it says they have about $33.5 million of cap space. And they, so they can't sign their draft class. Jalen Hurts' money isn't even on here, So unlike the Giants, who next year have, now we don't have Leonard Williams is on here. Saquon Barkley's not on here. So we don't have a full team, obviously, but we have $136 million in salary, and we have our quarterback signed. Okay. And Daniel Jones's cap hit is $45 million next year. Okay. Just to give you a little, all right. So you think the Eagles, the Eagles are so great. Well, we got our quarterback signed for next year. All right. So we got our quarterback, the highest priced guy in the whole team. And he's taking $45 million. Okay. And we have $136 million in salary cap space. 136. The Eagles, okay, on the other hand, next season, okay, because of Howie Roseman liking to kick the can down the road and everything, right? The Eagles have $33 million in salary cap space, and they don't have their quarterback signed. His contract's not on there. Now, I'm sure his contract won't be, it'll be, I don't know what it'll be. It won't be $51 million next season, right? It might be 20 or 25 or something or whatever it is. But, so they, it just goes to show you, you start thinking, the Eagles are this or that. And, they just kicking a lot of money down the road. Okay. But with Jalen Hurts, $51 million, the Giants, I saw this one article. Giants are looking pretty good. All right. It said Giants look like geniuses with Daniel Jones after Jalen Hurts landed his payday. As I said, it's good for him. Hey, if they're going to pay you, take it. Good for him. Congratulations. But is he worth 51? Absolutely freaking not. It says in this article, it's from Fan-Sided, I guess it is. The quarterbacks are getting paid this offseason, folks. Remember when everyone was up in arms when the Giants signed Daniel Jones to his 4-year deal worth $160 million? Well, people haven't stopped bashing general manager Joe Schoen for that decision. However, good old Howie Roseman, with the way things were structured, couple that with the way the quarterback market has been set, Schoen worked his magic in getting things done. Need further proof of that. The Eagles just signed Jalen Hurts to a massive contract, 5 years, $255 million to be exact. So he's about $95 more million than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is 160. Now, of course, Jalen Hurts has got an extra year in there, so obviously you have to take that into account. But Jalen Hurts is $255 million. Now his contract is worth $95 million more than Daniel Jones. Is he worth that much? More than absolutely freaking not. Absolutely not. Eagles and Jalen Hurts reach on a 5-year, $255 million extension, including $179 million guaranteed. $179 million guaranteed. Hurts becomes the highest player in NFL history in a deal negotiated by the Clutch Sports Group. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts just landed his massive payday from Howie Roseman. Howie's got to be the big man, the wheeler and the dealer. Now I'll pay you $800 million. I'll pay you this. He's the wheeler and the dealer. That's what he's got to be and everything. So once again, kind of like all in once again this year kicking a lot of money down the road once again to try to win this year because Jalen Hurts, I think his salary, he's only making $4 million this year. Jalen Hurts' his salary is $4 million. So once his big payday starts kicking in, okay, that's when they're going to start losing a bunch of players, right? So it says here, let us start off with saying we're not implying in any way, shape, or form that Hurts didn't deserve his extension. He was clearly, I'm not even going to say he was the best quarterback in the NFC. I'm not even going to say that. He was given the best team in football, okay? Put him behind Daniel Jones's offensive line. Put him throwing the ball to Daniel Jones's wide receivers, and let's see how good he is. I mean, he was given the best team in football, okay? You're supposed to do good, okay? You're supposed to, all right? They had very few people hurt. They were the fourth least injured team in all football. You had the best team given to you. You're supposed to do good. Did he throw over 5,000? I mean, obviously they ran the ball a lot too, you know what I mean? But, did they win the Super Bowl? No, they lost to a one-legged quarterback in the Super Bowl, right? I mean, why don't you, I'm not even the best quarterback in the NFC. He was given the best team in the NFC last year. Yeah. And they weren't hurt. Yeah. They're supposed to do good. Right. Let's see here. Is it Jones's contract looks even better for the Giants and Shane. And I got to agree. At the end of the day, Jones only has $82 million of his 160 guaranteed. Only half of his contract's guaranteed. 82 of the 160. Okay. Hurts almost has $180 million guaranteed. He has like $100 more million guaranteed than the Daniel Jones contract. Shane and head coach Brian Daboll have all the belief in the world in Jones, but they can essentially move on from Danny Dimes also in 2 seasons. Okay, because pretty much a lot of the guaranteed money and all will be pretty much gone. I think they can move it after 2 seasons would be in 2025. Okay, but they could, if they wanted to, move on from him after 2 seasons. I'm not exactly sure because I don't think the terms of the contract have come out, or all the technical terms and everything have come out. I don't think yet for Jalen. Okay. But let's see here. Hurts earned his bet, and Jones did as well. Luckily, these two will be able to treat us to some fantastic NFC East showdowns for years to come. So, but and I got, let's see here, Jalen Hurts. I got another article here. $51 million a season. Year average annual value is the largest in NFL history. Let's see, his $179 million guaranteed is second only to Deshaun Watson. How's Deshaun Watson turning out? How's that working out for you? Pretty good? Yeah. Oh, man, I love it. I got to love it. The 24-year-old Hurts had a slow start to his NFL career. Yeah, he did. You know why? Because he's not that good. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Is he better than, I mean, is he the top? No, absolutely freaking not. Absolutely freaking not. It broke out in his third season because he was given the best team in the NFL by the best offensive line. He was given a very good tight end, very, very good tight end. He was given DeVonta Smith and A.J. Brown. Okay, let's look. What did Jalen Hurts do when he just had Goddard, good running backs, good offensive line, and DeVonta Smith? What did he do then? Okay, I got 352,000. Here we go. Okay, tabs open up. Jalen Hurts in his second season, when he only had one wide receiver and a very good wide receiver too at that. Okay. He was 8-7. Went to the playoffs and they got smoked, absolutely smoked. Okay, so what did Howie Roseman do? I mean, a very smart, intelligent move on his part. I do question a little bit because they traded with the Titans for Brown. Okay, which wound up being a phenomenal trade for the Eagles. Okay, the Eagles also could have drafted with a pick that they gave the Titans a good wide receiver. Would have saved themselves a ton of money, okay? But Brown is a beast, okay? So now what did they want? So now you got DeVonta Smith here, and you got A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert, and the best offensive line in football, okay? Put Daniel Jones behind that, okay? And let's see what Daniel Jones's numbers are, okay? With DeVonta Smith, A.J. Brown. Just throw the ball down the field to A.J. Brown. He'll come up with the ball. I mean, the dude's a freaking beast, right? Put Jalen Hurts behind the Giants' offensive line. Put Jalen Hurts, let him throw to the guys that Daniel Jones threw to. Let's see what his numbers are. People, it's like, oh my God, Jalen Hurts is so great. Well, look who he's throwing to. Look who's protecting him. Okay, put him behind a crappy offensive line with crappy wide receivers. Now let's see what his numbers are. Right? I mean, oh my God, he's so good. Well, look who he's throwing to. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. He was given the best team in football, and this year as a starting quarterback, he was 14-1. Okay, this is just a regular season. Okay, 66% completion. He was 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Now, obviously, he didn't have to throw a lot because they can run the ball so well. But when he did not have a good, and even his second season, I'm going to man games lost. Okay, man games lost. 2021 season. Okay. The Eagles, okay, when he didn't have that second wide receiver, okay, good offensive line, DeVonta Smith, Goddard, Sanders, good offensive line, Jalen Smith, second season, okay, they were the third least injured team. Okay, they only had 130. They had the third least injured team. The Giants in 2021 had the most. Thank you, Joe Judge. We lost 356 games, main games lost due to injury. The Giants, 356. The Eagles, 137. 137. The Giants had about 220 more man games missed. 220 due to injuries than the Eagles did in his second season, in Jalen Hurts' second season. They had nobody injured. Okay, he was 8-7, right? Great offensive line: Sanders, Goddard, DeVonta Smith, right? Only had one wide receiver, right? And as I said, what was there we go. He had 61% completion, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 61%. He was 8-7, right? Nobody was injured on the team. Okay. Good offensive line, DeVonta Smith, Goddard, Sanders. Good team. He was 8-7. Is that $51 million? He went to the playoffs, couldn't even win a playoff game. Got smoked by the Bucs. Smoked by the Bucs. Is that $51 million? Absolutely not. I'm happy. I'm happy for Jalen Hurts, and I'll tell you what. I wish the Eagles gave him $800 trillion a year. Give him the whole salary cap. Just give it all to your quarterback. Go ahead. I mean, it's unbelievable. It really, really is. You have one season, okay, and he's like I don't know, the greatest quarterback of all time or something. I mean, it reminds me a lot, okay, a lot of like a Kyler Murray kind of thing. Oh, Terrence, what's up? People had a lot of negative things to say about Daniel Jones' contract. I hear crickets about a bona fide running back. Well, I'll tell you what. I hope they. I mean, I guess you're talking about Saquon. Oh, it's interesting to see what they wind up doing with him. I mean, I read something today where they had the initial contract last year for Saquon was like $12.5 million, I think it was, and then they upped it a little bit. It got around what I read today was they had like a 3-year deal for about $13 million a season, which I from what I was reading, I'm not sure if the 13 was the problem, whatever, but apparently what the problem was Saquon, I think, was the guaranteed money that they were that I guess didn't excite him. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if I've ever seen terms on what the guaranteed money was for Saquon. As far as what do we got? Oh, Hurts, bona fide running back. Crickets about a bona fide contract. I hear crickets about a bona fide running back. Bona fide running back. You mean no? Okay, now you got me here. I hear crickets about a bona fide running back. So you're not talking about Saquon, you're talking about Hurts. Hurts is the bona fide running back, or Hurts needs a bona fide running back. Because he lost his running back. They lost Sanders. I think went to the Panthers for $6 or $7 million a year. Crickets about a bona fide running back. I mean, Hurts is he's a good runner. The only thing I said, the thing I hate about quarterbacks that, that have to run. I want to say, I hate saying have to run, but a lot of this stuff comes from running the ball. You get what did Jalen Hurts do because remember the last game of the season when they had to win and we had our second and third string players in there? Jalen Hurts didn't run much, right? I mean, when you have to run, he's the running back. Oh, you mean Hurts? Jalen Hurts? Oh, yeah, no, I mean, he's I forgot what did he get? Let's see here this year. What did Jalen Hurts get? Then wait, hold on. I got his passing here. I got his running here. Nope. Advanced rushing. There we go. 760 yards. Yeah. 13 touchdowns. 67. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, but see, everything there works. Everything there works. It's all, it's the theory of relativity, right? Right. Everything works. Is perfect for that. They got a great offensive line. You can't load the box and have Dallas Goedert there, DeVonta Smith, and AJ Brown. You can't do that. So you got to back off a little bit, right? So you got to, you can't put 8 in the box. You put 8 in the box, you can just forget about it, right? You put 6 in the box, you can forget about it, right? You put 7 or so, whatever, you can almost forget. I mean, the Eagles, their offensive line is phenomenal. It's really, really good. So, and Hurts is really good with that, right? I mean, the RPO, right? You read the end coming down or whatever. You can either hand it off or keep it. And, the thing I don't like about quarterbacks, they get a lot of yards, they're phenomenal athletes, but if that's a large portion of your game, all you need is a twisted ankle. Somebody come crashing in, hit your knee. Now you got a bum knee or something like that. Maybe you stand in the pocket and throw the football. But if you can't run, can you stand in the pocket if you have to and complete a pass? Or do you have to run around? I mean, like I was kind of bringing up this kind of Jalen Hurts kind of brings me up a little bit like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray doesn't run maybe as much as Jalen Hurts, but Kyler Murray runs around a lot, scrambles around, and he takes off when need be, but maybe not as much as Jalen Hurts. I was saying a lot of this kind of reminds me of like Kyler Murray. He's always had a good wide receiver. Always had. He either had DeAndre Hopkins, he had AJ Green, right? But he was always seems like injured. He had Zach Ertz, he had Hopkins, he had Larry Fitzgerald to throw the ball to. He always had somebody there, a phenomenal wide receiver to throw the ball to. Okay, if you look, let's see. I mean, Kyler Murray. I mean, he is. If I can pick, I got like 352,000. There we go. Kyler Murray, 2019. Who did he have? His first season. Kyler Murray. He throwing the ball to was Larry Fitzgerald was there. Okay, Larry Fitzgerald led the team, and Christian Kirk was there. Okay, he led the team. 20. Let's see. Hold on. 2020. That was 2019. 2020. Kyler Murray. Who was he throwing the ball to? I mean, they always had to have like at least one stud, if not two stud wide receivers for him to throw the ball to. He had DeAndre Hopkins and Larry Fitzgerald there throwing the ball to. And he had Christian Kirk there as well, too. I mean, Christian Kirk's a great wide receiver. Okay. Right. Then you got the next season, right? Once again, 2021. Who's he throwing the ball to? 2021. Fitzgerald wasn't there no more, but he had Christian Kirk there once again. AJ Green was there. DeAndre Hopkins was there. I mean, he always has to have to be successful, like a Hall of Fame wide receiver to throw the ball to, right? He runs around, but the problem is he got nicked. He gets nicked up, okay, and when he can't stand in the pocket and throw a ball, when he has to run around and complete passes, it's a little bit of a different ball game. I mean, his past season there, he was 3-8. They gave him all this money, right? He's like $46 million, $46 million, whatever it is. What do we got? Where is he? I say he's 2. Okay, 3 is Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray is the 4th highest rated paid quarterback. $190 million in guaranteed money. $190 million. 5 years, $46 million a year for Kyler Murray. Once again, I mean, just I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. $190 million in guaranteed money. See, the thing is everything has to, if you got the Hall of Fame wide receivers for him to throw the ball to, if he's not hurt, not nicked up and all, and he can run around and all, he can make things happen. Take the wide, I'm saying, once again, give him Daniel Jones's wide receivers from this year. Give him Vanette, give him Myrick, give him Bellinger, let him throw to Richie James, let him throw to Marcus Johnson, let him throw to Darius Slayton, right? Let him throw to, I don't know, whoever else, Sills. I mean, let him throw to those guys behind the Giants' offensive line. What are your numbers going to be like? And I'm just saying it's the same thing with like Jalen Hurts. I mean, he had of course, great year. I said, who are you throwing the ball to? Who do you got blocking for you? I mean, Darius Slayton was like the number 7 guy on the depth chart. I mean, he was like, may not even made the team last year. Hung in there, took a salary cap hit. Well, took a salary, a cut in his salary just to stay on the team. I mean, he was like number 7. I mean, right? We had all these guys in front of him, everything, right? I mean, Sterling Shepard, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney, of course, Kenny Golladay, bunch of guys in front of him, right? Colin Johnson was having a great training camp. He was in front of him. Darius Slayton was like number 7, right? He winds up having to be the star. I mean, as I said, take like the number 7 wide receiver for the Eagles, put him on the field, and let's have Jalen Hurts have to throw the ball to him behind a porous offensive line. Let's see what numbers he gets. Let's see if he takes them to the Super Bowl. Not happening. Okay. Why don't you beat the guy in the Super Bowl who's playing on one leg, who's been to his three Super Bowl? If you want to make more money than him, okay, right? Why don't you beat him in the Super Bowl? I mean, it just, I'm happy for him. I said, I hope they give him $800 trillion. Give the whole salary cap to him. I just don't. I mean, it's just, some of these guys, it's like they have, everything. If everything is perfect, if we have great wide receivers, if we have great offensive, this, that, and the other thing, okay, he has some good numbers. Well, you should have good numbers. You should have. I mean, you got like Hall of Fame wide receivers that, great off. Jalen Hurts got like 2 Hall of Fame wide offensive linemen blocking for him. Kelsey and Johnson. Johnson right tackle hasn't given up a sack in like 700 years. I mean, right? You're supposed to do good, right? So I mean, it just, as I said, $190 million guarantee. I'm not sure what the terms of the contract are, but I'd be interested to see. But I mean, so you look at what the Eagles got next year. They'll have like $33 million in salary cap space. They have 34 guys signed. They had at least 53, but the top 51 go toward the salary cap. So the Eagles have to add 17 more players to their roster for next year. 2024, they only have $33 million in salary cap space. And that does not include Jalen Hurts' contract, right? And I said the Giants have $136 million next season, roughly, rough around that, right? In salary cap money. And they have their quarterback signed, and his salary cap hit is $45 million. Okay. So, I mean, the Giants are trying to avoid kicking the can down the road and trying to, with the dead money and all that stuff, they're really trying to avoid that as much as they can. Obviously, Howie Roseman of the Eagles is not doing that, right? I mean, he's just, let's get as many guys as we can in here, right? So let's win now. So once again, the Eagles will be probably pushing a lot in this year, trying to get as much money much guys in once again they can this year, okay, to win it all. Because Jalen Hurts is only making about $4 million this year. Okay, I think on his salary cap. And next year it's going to go up. I mean, somewhere along the line, these next couple of years, it's got to start skyrocketing him. He's making $51 million a year. So, but I mean, I'm once again happy for him. If they're going to pay you, of course you take it. Absolutely. I just, I don't agree. With he had one good season. I mean, one. Once again, just give him the best team in football, best offensive line, great 2 wide receivers. Okay, and he did good. Well, you're supposed to do good. Okay, right? You're supposed to. They had like nobody hurt on their team all year long. Once again, I'll repeat it. Give them all the Giants injuries. The Giants were like the 6th most injured team. Okay, give them all the Giants injuries. Give Jalen Hurts, all right, that Giants offensive line. Give Jalen Hurts the Giants wide receivers and tight end to throw the ball to. Let's see what Jalen Hurts' numbers look like. Let's see if Jalen Hurts takes the Giants to the Super Bowl. Nope. Not happening, right? So they said I'm happy for him, but I don't agree with that. So I said, so now, you start looking at what Daniel Jones' contract is, and especially because the Giants can get out after just 2 years, because they only have like $82 million in guaranteed money. So after 2 years, they can get out if need be. With Jalen Hurts, boy, $190 million guaranteed money. They ain't getting out of that contract for at least 3 or 4 years. I mean, at least. So they're almost married to that contract for almost the whole length of the whole contract. So, I mean, I hope they made the right decision. I said, I just bringing it back to Kyler Murray, but you start looking at Kyler Murray. I mean, he did not do good last year at all, and they're paying that dude $46 million. And the thing is with Kyler Murray is that here in the when they have to write in the contract that they want you to take more time to sit down and view tape and stuff like that and all that, that's really sad. You don't have to do that with Daniel Jones. You know where Daniel Jones's ass is at, right? He's in the building. I guess the first one there, last one to leave. He's doing everything he can. Now, he may not be the best quarterback in the world. I'll be the first one to agree with that. First one, he's not the best in the league and blah, 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 all that stuff. But I can tell you one thing, Daniel Jones is up there in the top 5 as far as putting in the time, putting in the effort needed to win. And I said, will he ever win a Super Bowl? I hope so. Will he? Who knows? Will he ever be a top 10 quarterback, top 5? Who knows? But without question, he is putting in the time. He is putting the effort in to, produce as best as he can. So you start looking at Daniel Jones's contract for $40 million. Okay, a lot of people were laughing at that. It is what it is, right? But if the Giants can get out after 2 years, if need be, right? Or if Daniel Jones starts doing well with the Dable system and all, they can always maybe rip the contract up and extend it a little bit longer, right? But I mean, they can get out after 2 years. I mean, like I said, I mean, if things start going bad for the Eagles, like opening week or in the preseason or something like that, DeVonta Smith tears his ACL. Brown, he snaps a leg or something like that. He's out for the season. They start losing 2 or 3 of their offensive linemen and stuff like that. They're screwed. They're screwed. I mean, because they're heavy loaded. They got a lot of good, solid. The Eagles, good players. Because they're paying them, right? Good, but you start, because they didn't have to do that last year because nobody was injured. So all their good players were there week in and week out because none of them got injured. Start taking some of those good guys out and putting their second and third string players in there, right? So the Eagles are, got a good team and all that stuff, but they're also lucky too, right? They're also lucky. I mean, the Giants are unlucky with their injuries, and the Eagles are very lucky with their injuries. But good thing, good, happy for Jalen Hurts. The man's a quarter of a billionaire now. Well, dude, good for you. Now, one thing I would say, they're going to pay you. Obviously, you take the money, but I don't agree. I mean, you have one good season. His first season, he was 1-3. Right, 1-3. He didn't have, he was on a bad team, and what happened? He didn't produce. Right, they had a horrible season that year. Right, is he worth 51? Nope. The second season, I think he was 8-7 as a starter. Went to the playoffs. He was 8-7 as a starter. Is that 51 million? Nope. Went to the playoffs, got smoked in the play. So he's had one good year, and now he's worth $51 million. Nah, I don't agree with that at all. But it is what it is. But I said, in the long run, it makes me happy because that's in a division opponent. Now you're paying basically $51 million. I mean, that's I don't know, is that not quite 20. It's like 23% of your salary cap for one guy. So you go right ahead, Philadelphia, but I don't agree with that at all. So the Giants do look. I mean, Jalen Hurts overall might be maybe a little bit better of a quarterback. I mean, Daniel Jones, he can throw the ball, but Jalen Hurts might be the better athlete. So Jalen Hurts might be overall maybe a little bit better of a quarterback, maybe. But is he worth 51 million? Is he worth more than Aaron Rodgers? No. I mean, give Aaron Rodgers, right, the Eagles' offensive line. Give Aaron Rodgers Goddard, DeVonta Smith, Brown. Give Aaron Rodgers that. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers put up some freaking numbers for you. I'll tell you, right? So, but it is what it is. As I said, I don't agree with it. But, well, Terrence, as always, thank you, buddy. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks. It's good to talk to somebody. Thanks so much. Appreciate the comments once again. If anybody spent 38 minutes of me shooting my mouth off, anybody spent any time at all watching me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Greatly appreciate it. Or if anybody spends any time watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I can use all the help I can get from my channel, guys. Greatly appreciate it. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.